Testing 1, 2, 3. Heidi ho, everybody. How are you? I'm just getting everything set up. So I will probably have and see some of you coming into the room right now. If you are coming in, hello, hello, and welcome. If you are not quite here yet, just bear with us. We're going to start soon. I'm going to send out another email just so everybody knows. So that's what I'm going to be doing right now. Let me just go into Infusionsoft. Okay, pause that. Okay, logging in. Bear with me, I'm just sending out an email to everybody. Wrong password. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. Just finishing this up. And let me go to EasyWebinar. Search. Send to broadcast. Next. And next. And now we're sending send. With 30 seconds left. Hey, what do you know? What do you do? So anyway, this is Casey. And so we are essentially starting this event right now. If you are here, welcome. I am just coming into the page right now, so let me just check out where we are at here. Cool. Excellent. So you guys should be able to see me. Welcome to this particular event. Very excited. And I'll probably splice a bit of this out, but we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. We should be rolling into the event right now. Here we go. Here we go. You are here. Welcome. Hi, everybody. Hi. It's Casey. So anyway, we have started now. I was just finishing and sending up some emails, and now I'm in the room with you currently. And if you're here, you know the drill. Leave your name, leave your phone number. No, you don't have to leave your phone number. Leave your name, leave a comment, start talking to me. Let me know that you are here, you can hear me, that we're starting, that I am coming in clear. And then let's begin. So what we're going to talk about today is how EasyWebinar can be used to integrate with some of your favorite software out there. You might have software that you prefer, like leadpages, like Optimized Press, a software like that. I'm going to show you how you can use EasyWebinar with that. Now, I have this plugged into my my hardline. If there is internet issue or slow stuff, remember this is Google Hangouts. I'm using Google Hangouts. That's where these things could occur from. So any blurriness, anything like that, it could be your connection, potentially my connection as well. Has nothing to do with EasyWebinar. EasyWebinar houses it and sends it through. But I would like to bring some people in. So what I'm going to do is I am going to grab the Google Hangout link, and I'm going to send it through onto this page. And I'd love to see some of you join potentially if you're interested. So I'm going to put the link here. I'm just going to sign in with my LiveFire account. And then if you would like to come in and join me in this particular event, I welcome you to do so. Would love to have you in here with me. Okay, posting the comment now. There we go. So you can say that, see that. Hi, ArcPath, how are you? Now, I keep looking down here because this is where my screen is. Now, I could take this camera and maybe put it here. I could try that, maybe get a cleaner look here, so that I'm not always coming back to the screen over here, down looking down at you. I do have a second monitor that I could always put this on. Just move this over. What I'll do actually is let's bring this down here so you can see me like that. How about that? Let's see if that works. Okay. And let me just look to see what that looks like, if that looks weird or not. It looks a little weird. I like the side angle of me more than the front angle. So I'm gonna put me back. I'm putting you back, guys. Putting you back. Sorry. Okay. There we go. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to go back to this position because this is just a better angle. And this helps you to know maybe where you might want to position your camera for doing these events. Directly on sometimes doesn't quite look as good as up here, as you can see, right? So think about that when you're going to do anything like this. So I put that link down. If you want to join me in this event, please do so. I'd love to have you here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over and go into showing how lead pages and optimized press really works with our software, with EasyWebinar. Now, for those who obviously have been seeing a lot of news, a lot of different things out there, different software that's very popular right now that are doing launches, you probably have seen one in particular that's doing a very large launch with very large, heavy affiliates on it right now, and it's called Webinar Jam. And just so you guys understand the difference, I want to put this out there right away just to clear it up. Webinar Jam does live events like we're doing now. How is that different from our software? Our software does live events like this, but they also do pre-recorded automated events that are evergreen. So look at it from this point of view. If you do know what Webinar Jam is, this is for those who do. If you do know, say, what Easy or Evergreen Business System is, think about our software as a combination between both Evergreen Business System and Webinar Jam combined. Okay, so we not only do these live events that you're seeing now, but we also do automated evergreen events, okay, that stream out in real time in your attendee's own time zone. It's a whole suite of scheduling options that we give you with the evergreen aspect to our business here. So that's the biggest difference. Webinar Jam is just a live platform. We do both automated or evergreen events, pre-recorded video, and live, okay? Now, there is a difference between hybrid events and live and automated events. A hybrid event, if you're wondering, is an event where you can start live, like we're doing here, and then switch to a video, okay? And then have your video playing, your pre-recorded video playing, and then come back in and do a Q&A at the end. So our software, I announced this a month ago that our software was you were able to do this with our software. So that's the biggest difference between a hybrid event and an automated event. Some people were getting that confused. They're thinking hybrid simply means that you could do both live and automated. You can. A hybrid really just means that it's within still the framework of a live event. You can start live, go to automated, and then end with live again. But the whole automated or evergreen aspect of it is where you don't have to be there at all. That's the biggest difference. Evergreen is when you can step away and have the webinar work for you. Okay? That's the idea behind it. So I hope that makes some sense. So again, for those who do want to join me in the event, come on through. I'd love to have you in here. I posted the Google Hangout link in the chat, so you are welcome to come through. But again, just to remind you what we're doing today, we're going to be talking about using the power of our software with some of those things that you may already have, like lead pages, like optimized press. So how many of you have lead pages or optimized press right now? Go ahead and put that in the question box underneath this particular video. Go ahead and put that. Do you have lead pages or optimized press at the moment? Go ahead and ask that. Do you host anything with EasyWebinar, or is everything hosted on YouTube? CG72, your automated events, the pre-recorded videos, you can host them with us, or you can use your own Amazon S3 account, okay, or Wistia account. All right. So the videos, the live stuff is all hosted on YouTube, but the video aspect of it is with Amazon S3, or you could use Wistia. You could use our built-in hosting. We have a built-in hosting, but that's additional to do that. Okay, that's an additional monthly cost to do that. It's $67 a month. However, when you do grab that $67 a month, you also get access to my Vid Traffic Conversion Academy, which teaches all about using the power of video, using the power of webinars. I started off as a YouTube guy, so I teach you how to essentially drive traffic to your webinars and events in that system, essentially. Okay. So Jennifer here is saying yes, she has lead pages. Okay, great, Jennifer. So you all came through an event, right? You all came through this particular event, and if you noticed, this particular event was a live event, and it was using lead pages. Many of you maybe didn't know that. I was using lead pages as the registration front end of it. Okay, that's what I used. I used lead pages to build very quickly a front end registration page. I used my own autoresponder, Aweber, or actually I used Infusionsoft for that one. I used my Infusionsoft account, created emails, sent you a welcome email with the countdown link. You came to it, and it counted down before the event started, which was happening today. Now it's on right now at the 11 o'clock hour Pacific Standard. So that is how you came through. And you may have thought, whoa, wait a minute. Is this not using your platform, or how does it integrate? Well, this is the cool thing. You know that we have awesome landing pages, awesome thank you pages, and you could use our funnels for your automated webinars, live events, whatever you want. However, some people like to see that they can use other things that they personally love, like lead pages, okay, or any page builder. You see, EasyWebinar, we have a webinar funnel that you can use with our software, but we also have these things that are known as public event links. How many of you know what the public event links are? The countdown public live link and the live link in general. How many of you know about those links? Go ahead and put it in the question box if you do. I'd love to know. Now, those links work great with outside registration pages. And why would you use our software for your back-end webinar funnel with, say, lead pages as the front-end registration? Here's the reason. When you use our software with the question box, okay, and you decide to use lead pages, everything that comes through that question box, it's tracked. Okay, so all those people that are coming through and asking questions, it goes back and that data is tracked into our system. Also, with our system, you can deliver delayed events. You know, those events that can pop up at any particular time. You can set up multiple events. We also have our aspects of the scarcity feature as well. So the nice thing is that you can use all of the cool things that we have built in for the event itself to make the event a better experience, but use lead pages as your front-end funnel. I hope that makes sense. Now, I use lead pages. I've used optimized press. And both work. Now, but here's the thing. Lead pages really only works when you're going to do a live event. Okay, at the moment, this is how we have it. Lead pages really only works when you're going to do a live event. And optimized press works for both, because we have what's known as a registration widget, a little registration box that can be put right onto your platform, okay, if you are using Optimized Press, you can pop that widget right into an Optimized Press page or any page builder. Okay, so I'm seeing some questions here. CG72, you were saying, how do I see other comments? Go ahead and refresh your page. If you just go in there and click to refresh, you will see all the other comments that are coming in right now. I see the comments that are coming in from ArcPath, from Corrine. Hi, Corrine, how are you? Good to see you. So, and if anybody else is here and they'd like to come through, go ahead and come on, make a comment, please. Talk to me. I'd love to hear from you. And I'd love to know some of your questions about EasyWebinar. I'd also love to have you join me, if you are not already doing so, inside the live event that we're doing right now. Okay, I got my coffee. Let me just take a quick sip. Make sure you're hydrated, by the way. Coffee is not a way to get hydrated. I also have coconut water to hydrate. So I'm going to actually go in and I'm going to show you what I can do with lead pages. Is that something that you guys might be excited about, to see how lead pages can work, how also Optimized Press can work? If so, go ahead and put that in the question box. And I'm going to jump in and start sharing my screen so you can see what I have up here. Okay, here we go. So let me come over to here and go into this live. Here we are right here. Okay, so I'm going to now switch over my screen to the my desktop. Actually, I'm gonna share this. No, yeah, desktop, because then I can switch things out. Okay, here we are in my desktop right here. This is the page you guys are watching from. And this is lead pages. Ta-da! Okay, so lead pages. Many of you know what lead pages is, and this is not a webinar about selling lead pages. This is essentially a webinar. I'm not going to sell anything. This is not about lead pages in terms of me giving you an affiliate link for you to click on through to lead pages and buy it. I have an article all about that. If you want to buy lead pages, and if you don't have it already, you can go for it. But really, this is about just being able to use our software with it. And I'll maybe do an event later on if you guys do want to get more knowledge about lead pages. For those who do not have it, I can send that out. So what I did with lead pages is lead pages have webinar pages right here, right? And these webinar pages are various pages that you can use for obviously your webinars. Here, I'm going to zoom in a bit so you can see what we're looking at. Okay, cool. So these are the different pages that they have inside lead pages. And I've used a lot of these pages for my front end events. Okay. For instance, let's see here. Here's a really good example right here. EasyWebinar LTV. This event, we had about 1,455 unique viewers, 845 people signed up for the event, and the conversion rate was about 58%. And if I clicked on edit, you'd see what this page essentially looks like. Now, do you remember seeing this page? Well, maybe not, because this was sent to a different, this was sent to their list, these guys. So anyway, this is exactly how this all works. You essentially use their pages. You can build out these pages in a matter of really minutes, okay? And then use EasyWebinar on the back end. So let me quickly show you, excuse me, how all this works. So I'm actually going to zoom just a little bit out so you can kind of see a better way of doing this. Okay. So if all I have to do to kind of edit lead pages is scroll over a particular area and then just fill in the information, right? So all I have to do to switch anything out is do this, you know. with Casey Zeman and Matt Wolf. Okay, so I can do something like that. Change the dates around, and remember, I said that this was only you can use lead pages with our software, but lead pages you can really only do it for the one-time events with lead pages. So for those who do have lead pages, I probably don't have to go through the process of showing you how you can edit a page super quick with lead pages, but I will show you probably how you'd integrate essentially with our software. But it's like integrating with anything else, with offering a free gift or doing anything like that, and it's really easy to use if you've maybe done this already. So you can see here you can add in images, right? All this stuff can be edited right from this point. You see host name 1, host name 2. You can edit all of the buttons, and what they do is they create these pre-existing templates for you. And so the idea, let's stay on the page for a quick second. The idea is that you're going to want to integrate your autoresponder with the software, because they don't, when you claim your spot and you are to say leave a, if I claim my spot and I were to put my name and email in, I'd have to integrate it with your autoresponder, whatever autoresponder you have, okay? Now currently I'm having it integrated with Aweber. And with Aweber, what you can do is it grabs your forms that you have, right? So you load your forms in, and Aweber and those and things like Aweber are autoresponders. And if you don't know what an autoresponder is essentially an email service that collects a bunch of emails for you, that helps you subscribe email users, like Constant Contact or MailChimp or Infusionsoft, things like that. And you probably, if you're online, you probably know about these things already. So what what you do with lead pages is you integrate your autoresponder. Right now they have Aweber and MailChimp integration. Now they do have a send reach as well. So for instance, for those who do want to like put embed codes, like HTML embed codes in, you can do so right here, right? I have this particular form integrated with Aweber. So when it is, okay, when they do register, it adds them into a list inside Aweber, okay? And then inside Aweber is where I then send out my first notification, okay, for to join me at the event, okay? That's essentially how that works. Now, I think we have somebody that just came into the call with me. Who's in here with me? Let me see here. Hold on one second. Who is this? Oh, he left. Whoever it was. Who were you? Who were you? Anyway, we saw somebody in there with us at one point. I'm not sure who it was, but you're welcome to come back. We could see him right there. So anyway, as I was mentioning this, okay, so you essentially would integrate your own autoresponder with a lead pages page, okay, and then you'd click save. So let me just quickly show you exactly how this all works. You've already gone through this process. If you registered for this event, only those who registered for this event did come through. So if we click on this link here, view the page, this is the event link that you came through, right? And so what you would do is this is what you did. You registered, right? You claimed your spot. You came to a thank you page, and this thank you page, by the way, is also created inside lead pages, okay? So you can use lead pages for both the registration page and the thank you page. You don't take advantage of, unfortunately, of our built-in social sharing feature that we have. You know, we have the viral share feature, the share incentive from our thank you pages. You can't take advantage of that at the moment with this way of doing it. And maybe you can. Some people have said, Casey, I figured out how, but at this point, I'd suggest just using maybe one of their thank you pages. And then what happens is chances are will get an email right here, let's say, that will send you in to where you can then watch our event. Now, when you came through, you saw that this was a countdown page, right? It counted down prior to the event starting. And then now that it's alive, it goes from the 000, and it brings you now directly into the live event as we speak right at the moment. So, right, you can see that as people are coming in right now, right? There we go. So that's essentially how all that works. Now, when you're talking about what you do inside EasyWebinar, let's go into logging in. Okay, let me sign in. And let me show you exactly the links that you're going to use for doing this back-end funnel business that I just showed you. So, you know, when you're creating a webinar, you would essentially do everything that you normally do when editing a webinar. You'd fill in all the information. You know, you choose the date that you want. And if I scroll down here, this is a live event, right? It's not the automated, it's not the evergreen event. It started at 2 p.m. Eastern, which is 11 a.m. Pacific Standard, right? That's the time that we're currently at now. And then, you know, I put in the event area, this is where I put the YouTube video, the long URL here that the Google Hangout is streamed into, okay? And I did that about probably 5 minutes before the actual event started, right? Then I clicked save, and what then happened was I went in and grabbed I then went in and I actually started the Google Hangout. But when you set up an event ahead of time, let's say I set it up yesterday. I set this event up yesterday. What I could do before the actual Hangout starts is I could just put any video link in here in this event page, okay, as a holder before the actual event starts. You see, I use this page over and over and over again for a lot of my live streams. So I'll just leave the last live stream event I had in here. So these videos, this could be anything. You could hold a video in here and just have it there, okay? And then when you're doing your next event 5 minutes before the event, such as this, as we did, 11 o'clock, I went in and switched these links out to the Hangout link, the YouTube link that the Hangout was streamed into, this live link that you're seeing right now. So I kind of swapped out the old and put in the new, right? 5 minutes before the event actually started. I want you to start thinking about our software as this kind of built-in template that gives you a lot of flexibility so that you could set up an event ahead of time without having to set up a Google Hangout way ahead of time. Okay, you don't have to do that. You can set up the event way ahead of having to set up the actual Google Hangout itself. So with that said, I then yesterday went in, I created the event, right? And then I went in and grabbed this link right here, public event link with countdown. Because what this link did is it counted down prior to the event starting for you. And this is the link that I started to put into my emails that I used with lead pages, okay? So I used Infusionsoft integrated with my lead pages, right? And then what I did is in my first email that went out, if we go to opt-in form registration, here we go. So this email is for my Infusionsoft, right? And the first email you got had the countdown page link, and you just simply counted down prior to the event starting, which was happening now at 11 a.m. It's pretty simple. If you've already ever done anything with lead pages or created an easy-to-use funnel, you know, the idea behind an easy-to-use funnel is that you have a registration page. You then you take them from a registration page to a thank you page. From a thank you page, you then send them the first email in a series. So let me see if I can actually go in to my Infusionsoft and maybe show you how this kind of worked. I don't know how many of you have Infusionsoft, but let's go in and let's go to reports. Let's go to add a web form. So this is my Infusionsoft account, and this is just like using anything like Aweber or anything like that, right? And when you create a form, remember, all this does is this adds people into a list. So I'm going to name this form Casey's test for the event. Add a description. This is a test form. And I'm going to create this form. And boom, there it gives me a first name and email. Okay, now what happens when contacts fill this form out? Well, a couple things. With Infusionsoft, I can add tags. So I can add a tag saying these people registered for this particular event. Okay, I can also start a follow-up sequence. And so with this one, I'd probably add a tag and put it under EasyWebinar. Actually, I create a new tag. I call it test these people registered for the EasyWebinar event. And I decide what category that goes in. Let me say EasyWebinar 3.0. Then I create this tag. Okay. And I click Save. And I click Save. And if I wanted to get a notification that this was filled out by someone, I'd click Save. And I go back into action, and then what I'll probably do is I'd probably then start a follow-up sequence, such as the first email in the sequence, like, hey, username, or hey, first name, I noticed that you signed up. Awesome, can't wait to see you inside. So that's probably what I would do. And then they would ask if you want to use an additional or an already existing sequence, which is nice because then you don't have to recreate a sequence. But I'm going to create a new sequence, and I'm going to call this sequence test follow-up emails. This is test follow-up. I'm going to decide what this falls under. And I can create a custom one, or I can say EasyWebinar follow-up. And I can then create the sequence. Now, when it does that, it will let's see here. Save. Save. It will allow me to go back in and then create the sequence. So now what I'd have to do is go and actually edit this right here. I'd have to go in and, well, actually, I'd have to create the emails in this sequence, and I'll show you where to do that. You could actually just go into View Follow-Up Sequences, and then I can start adding in the emails. But before I do that, I just want to finish this out. So you'd add in the web form, first name and email. That's really all you need with this. Actions, we've already talked about that. Now the thank you page. Now, after someone registers for an event, I could have brought them into here, which says, thanks for filling out our form, or thanks for registering for the EasyWebinar event. Click here to continue browsing, or click here to get your gift. But what I did instead is I added an external web URL, right, for the thank you page. And I did that through, excuse me, lead pages. Okay, so what I did was I created this page with lead pages. All right, I set up the email to sync up with Infusionsoft, and then I went in and then created a new page called, actually I reused this same thank you page right here. Congrats, you are registered. So I only had to create this thank you page once, right? And I used it again. And so now what I did is I clicked the publish, and I grabbed this link right here, copy, and I put that into my, right there, thank you page. So now, as soon as someone registers, they come to that page. Now, for those of you who have used autoresponders before, with our software, you do the same thing with EasyWebinar. You see, EasyWebinar, for those who don't know, we have a thank you page as well. So when you send someone through a registration process and you're going to sync it up with your autoresponder, because remember, you can use our built-in notifications or you can sync it with our built-in notifications and your own autoresponder. What you're going to do is you're going to go in and you're going to add the thank you page to whatever web form you're using, our personal thank you page, okay? And that's exactly how you would make sure that when someone goes and registers, for instance, if we were to click on this event here, right? If I were to click on register here, and I were to register for this event, I register for a future time, Frank at kczeman.com. Now check it out up here. You see it says Infusionsoft up there? It's because it passed the form through to Infusionsoft, and this is the okay, great, thank you for coming through. This is the thank you that I had from that page. Okay? Does that make sense? So that's essentially how you would use that with our own pages that we have. So back to this, I would put the lead pages link right here. I then would go and click publish, and I'd get the code, and I simply just grab the HTML code. I didn't do the JavaScript snippet. Okay, this code is what you put into the form, right? So what I did is I grabbed HTML code unstyled, copied it, and went back to lead pages. And this is exactly what I put in to this page here. For the opt-in form integration. Now I had to go into SendReach, by the way. You had to kind of go into this SendReach thing. So I don't know, it's weird. But I added the HTML code right here. And then that's all I did. And I clicked OK. And that is how I was able to pass the information back into my Infusionsoft. Now the only thing that we haven't done yet is we haven't gone to view follow-up sequences. So here is a follow-up sequence right here that we created, right? But we haven't set anything up yet. So when someone comes and becomes signs up to that form, we want to have an action done. Whether it's send a fax out or send a voice broadcast, print a letter, well, we want to send an email. Let's make this simple. So we're going to send an email, and we're going to save and create the email. And here we go. So it's opened up there. The first email is going to go out, and you're going to decide who the email is from. So I'm going to put it's from Casey. Casey at EasyWebinar. Congrats on registering. And there is something cool called a merge field. So if someone does put a first name in, you can put that right there, right? And it will personalize that email for them. And you can continue to do that even when you create the body of your event here, or body of your email here. And remember, I showed you the body of your email is just going to be, hey, we've registered, it's awesome. Click here to come into the webinar. At the time of the webinar starting, this countdown page will bring you directly in to join the event at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard, 2 p.m. Eastern sharp, right? That's essentially what I did, and that's why you got that first email in the series. Yeah? I hope that makes sense to you. And that's essentially how I use lead pages. Now, some of you might be wondering, well, that's great, but how do you use Optimize Press 2 or Optimize Press? And here's how I do Optimize Press. Okay. So just let me load this. With Optimize Press, I click on the Optimize Press. I can create a page inside Optimize Press and then add our own widget code. So if I go up to pages first, let me show you an example of what we've done here for this. You can use this type of page here. So let me view this. Okay, so you see this page here. This is a Optimize Press 2 page, and this is our registration widget box that you can add onto any particular page that you like. Okay. Now, this is simple to use because first off, you can either use Optimize Press's built-in templates, or we have our own templates that we give you. So this template, we've created a template like this, and we have it inside the Facebook group. So when you're in the Facebook group under Files, you can get these pre-existing templates and simply just load them in. And I'll very quickly show you that. But so this is one way to do it, where you can use this for either your live events or your automated evergreen video events, or you can use any type of Optimize Press page that you want. So if I go to Page Builder, I go Test Webinar, check availability. I'm sure it says yes, it's available. What I can do here is I can either select a file, okay, and by selecting a file, I can upload. Actually, that is for page thumbnail. So if you want to add a page thumbnail, you can, or you can use one of the templates. Now this is where we rolled in the EasyWebinar Reg Blue, okay, right here, and the things inside Facebook, the file inside Facebook will allow you to upload these templates right into Optimize Press, right? So you upload content template, and you essentially grab that zip file that we've added to the Facebook group, okay? And then you can install it, and you'll see those pre-existing templates that we created, okay? Again, this is the one that we've created, and let's proceed to 2. Now you can use this, or, again, as I said, Optimize Press has some other webinar registration templates that you can also use. And then this is how this works. You'd essentially click on these little edit options right here, and it will let you edit. Actually, no, it's right here. Sorry. So right here, this is like an edit. It allows you to add these rows and elements, okay, into the pages with Optimize Press. So add new row, add new element, add new row, add an element. You see here. So this is one of the things you could do with Optimize Press's live editor, and you can essentially edit each of these sections out. And this is where I added the custom HTML code element for the widget. And if I clicked on here, I'd see what the widget code looks like, which is essentially this. And if you go into the EasyWebinar dashboard here, this is where you'd find your widget code for for your webinar. So widget code is right here. Now there's two types of there's two types of code. We have a default version and a registration version. The registration is the better one, I think personally, and you can change the dimension here. You can also change it once you upload it into whatever system you have. Now the optimized press page, which is right here, this actually gives you a default and suggests that 370 by 698 is the best one to use for your own personal widget. So when you download this particular theme here, it loads in my existing widget code. Okay, it adds this code in already for you. So well, if you wanted to do affiliate marketing with EasyWebinar, you could easily download this form and upload it to your own website, and then you could use our code to promote your product, your promotion of EasyWebinar, let's say. However, if you wanted to use your own, you could obviously just go in, switch it out, and make sure that for optimized press, for our templates that we have, you're using 370 by 698, and it's already put in there when you upload it through. Okay. Hope that makes some sense. And so you essentially just change this text around, these features around, you change the image of the host, you change this element, and you can always add elements and make it as different and unique as you want. Okay? All right, now let me go back in, and so those are, I just showed you how you can use your own existing page builders to create registration pages and thank you pages. And again, you do this the same way. So you created this as a registration page. You can then create, if you wanted to use it with our existing software, you don't actually have to create a thank you page if you're using our web form, because we'll send them to we'll keep them either on the form itself or send them directly into a replay now if you have that listed. So that would send them directly into an event, going on right at the moment. I'm wondering if this will redirect over there. Yeah, I won't redirect because it's built. It's right now currently inside of here. So I save and close that out. So that's a draft. It should only be a draft. But essentially that's how that works. You can use both of these too with EasyWebinar, both Optimized Press too, which is an awesome option, and lead pages, which is also a really just phenomenal software. Both are great, but there are other ones out there too, like 10-minute page builder, which is very popular. And so anything you really want to use, you can do so. Okay, so this will bring someone directly into a live event that's going on right now. Right? What happens also, by the way, when you do register, it automatically adds your name and it adds your email. And this question box will track everybody who comes through. It also shows who is watching the event right now as it's happening. Right? These are actual registered users who are watching this event as it's going on right now. Right? And you can ask a question. Hi there, Casey. Submit your question, and it comes in and actually shows up inside our dashboard here. Okay, so anywho, that's exactly how all that works. Okay, so there I just asked that question, and Frank was the guy that registered. You can see right here, right? So that's how all that works. Oh, accidentally turned on Skype. What am I doing? So let me go back in, see if there's any questions. Let me go back into the page, and let me actually share my screen again. I want to cancel out of Skype. Sorry. Don't want to sign up with Skype at the moment. Let's roll that down here. And let me find the Google Hangout that we're streaming into right now. It's around here somewhere. Here it is. Okay. So let me go back in and share me personally. Hi, I'm back. So that was essentially how you would use those two options. And now let me just go and see if there's questions that we might be having on this particular page. Awesome. So I do see a few questions that have been coming up here. And okay, so let me go with the top question and then work my way down. Do we have to do the best time option? Do we have to do the best time option? Can we just do first name and email for the event? Big Jason Henderson is saying, and yes, Jason. Actually, so this next week we have a new thing rolling into where the single time events will not require a drop down. Okay, that's something that we have that we're rolling in. It's actually already implemented, and we're adding a few things for next week. One of the things that we're adding in is Infusionsoft integration. So all that info that I just showed you inside our dashboard there, where you could see what people are doing, et cetera, that is all now inside. That's all going to be tagged, so you can add it to your Infusionsoft for those who have Infusionsoft. So that's being rolled in. The single event thing where you don't need to have the drop down is being rolled in. And our software will know if you want to do two events, stream it out at 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. So it will only it'll show the time, the date of the event, but then a drop down will only occur when you have two or more streamed events that are happening. So the drop down will only occur when you are doing evergreen events or have more than one event going on and more streamed out times going on. I hope that makes sense. So that yes, we're rolling that in to answer your question, buddy. When purchasing EasyWebinar, do we have to use the software? To use the software you will be reviewing. I would be a newbie to webinars and would not know the base. I would and want to make sure the basics of the system are sufficient. Yes, the basics are. This was a bit more of a advanced training today. This was for people that maybe already wanted to use some of their favorite stuff and see how flexible EasyWebinar is. You see, we have both the ability for a lot of you who are really advanced in the way of marketing and the knowledge of like autoresponders, so that you can use our software with your existing platforms. Or if you're brand new, you don't even have to have an autoresponder, because as I showed you, what happens is all of your data is tracked into our system. So when someone registers for an event, you can use our built-in notifications. Let me just share my screen and show that again, and you'll see that. Jason, we'll work on that. So what's going to happen is, I think in the meantime, before, if you wanted to use two people as a presenter, you can disable the presenter right now and just simply use the description to add in two images, or one image of your presenter, one bigger image of your presenter. You could use the description area to do that. So what I'll do is I'll go in and show you how you can use our built-in notification system, and how you don't even need an autoresponder to track all the people that register. So Wilson does have a question about Optimized Press. I'm trying to use right now the widget to embed inside my Optimized Press 2. It is a one-time event, but I don't know how I can hide the drop-down in the registration form because it's not necessary. It's a one-time event. Okay, so Wilson, yes. When we roll that in next week, it will remove those drop-downs, even on the widget itself, okay? Just so you're aware. If it's a one-time event, also, Wilson, just get rid of, you don't even have to use our registration widget if you don't want to. You could simply use, for the one-time event, your Optimized Press by itself, use your own autoresponder, and send them to the public countdown link if you wanted to. It's up to you how you want to do that. Next week, we're going to be rolling that in, though, so you have the option. Okay. Okay, so J. Darwin Hollingsworth, that's a fascinating name, has said, Casey, why is EasyWebinar superior to Webinar Jam, or Web Jam, as he said? Well, here's the thing. Our software does both live events and automated events. Okay. I want you, if you want to know and you want to start thinking about how it works, our software is a combination of both Webinar Jam and Evergreen Business System combined into one package. Okay? That's pretty much it. We also integrate with your own WordPress site, so that simply means that everything is branded with you. Okay? That's essentially how that works. Okay? We are the combination of the two together, if that helps. And to be clear, Evergreen Business System type of faux webinar. Yeah, Evergreen Business System, as well as our software, we stream out. You put in a pre-recorded video. The biggest difference between us and Evergreen Business System, that only does automated events, is that our software does what are known as RTMP video streaming, which means that it's really fast. That's all the things that you need to know about this, is that it's fast streaming and it's in real time. So if someone comes at 2 p.m. to your pre-recorded event and your event started, say, at 1:30, they're going to miss 30 minutes of that show. And if they refresh the page, it doesn't take them to the beginning of the video. It keeps them right where they left off. It brings them back in to the actual time of the event because it streams in real time. And Evergreen Business System does not do that. Our software does that. Okay, so let me now go into, I wanted to very quickly show this gentleman, where are we at here? Hunley. I want to give Hunley the way of being able to see how you don't need to use your own autoresponder when you use our software. So what I'm going to do is go back in and share my screen again and show you exactly how you can do this. So let me share my screen. Let's go to the EasyWebinar dashboard, share screen. Okay, so here's the EasyWebinar dashboard again, right? You see it? And all these emails, they're tracked within our system. And the nice thing is that you can download a report which will give you all the emails, when people signed up, their name, the actions that they perform. It'll tell you everything so that you can take this data and put it into your own. You can follow up with them. Maybe if you don't have an autoresponder, you want to simply use Gmail, you can use Gmail to follow up with them. So that's kind of the nice thing about that. And oftentimes, you know, what I tell people to do is if you want to just get quickly started with EasyWebinar, you just add a new event. Okay, you'd call the event name Casey Talks Fitness. I'm just taking a niche here. I make this. Let's say I want to do. I'll do it live, and I'll do it from. I'll do it from Eastern Time Zone. I'll choose the 28th of March. I'll do, let's say, 6 p.m., okay, Eastern Standard, right? So that's 3 p.m. Pacific. I'm going to do a one-time event, but I also have the option, if you're back here, guys, with our software, you could do recurring events. This is the beauty behind our software, is that even if they're live, you could still do recurring. So I could do, let's say I wanted to do a series every single week, okay? Every single week at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, I have like a Casey Talks Fitness, you know, day. And every Tuesday you can register and join me for that event, right? This is something that Webinar Jam does not do, by the way. It's because Webinar Jam can only do one single time events. Our software can do these automated events that are evergreen, that are recurring. That's the beauty behind it, the scheduling aspect that our software does. So Tuesday, okay? You sign up for Tuesday at 6 p.m. Every Tuesday, you stream these events out. And if I wanted to have 2 days to show, this allows someone to, if they can't make the first Tuesday, make the second Tuesday so they can register ahead of time. And then what I could do is then I'd go through the process of I could either add the presenter info in here, or I don't have to. And some of you are asking, Casey, how can you put two presenters in? Well, you know, another way you could do this I'm going to go to my custom theme here. I'm going to choose, let's say, this particular theme. I'm going to go to page setting. And, you know, when you go to your event description, you can always add in images here, okay, if you wanted to. And the nice thing is I can add an image of 2 people in here and add text underneath it. And I can use this for my presenter, the description area, okay, if you wanted to do it that way. For me personally, I'm going to go into page, page template, no, page setting, actually, presenter. I'm going to go back in. I'm going to turn this on and call it Casey Zeman. And I can upload an image, or I could just grab an existing one. I'm going to grab one from my... Okay, let's see if I have something that I can use here. Actually, let me go into automated, go into my images. I grab this one, Casey Wide, open it up. Boom, it's going to upload that. And then I can add my presenter description. But I'm going to breeze through this so you can kind of see what we're doing here. But and all this stuff, by the way, is completely editable. We've given you a lot of customization options for the background color of your events. Like all these pages right here, you can change all sorts of stuff around. You can add in header logos right into it. Headline, this would be come and learn all about fitness. Register below, and you will get our free fitness guide. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually giving an incentive for them to register by offering a free gift along with the webinar itself. And then I can choose to have a video as my main display or an image. Generally speaking, I like to choose video just because video has more engagement. And you can upload a video, but my suggestion would be just find like put everything on YouTube. Use a YouTube video. Now, if you didn't want to do that and didn't want to have anything as a main display, you don't have to, right? You go to your event description right here. You know, this event is all about awesomeness as it relates to fitness. And something you should know, once you create these pages inside of EasyWebinar, you can then clone this into a new webinar. So you don't have to redo all this data, redo all this stuff if you don't want to. Okay? You can save this and reuse it for another webinar. You really don't need to go into the advanced options normally, unless maybe you are in a different language and you want to change the language around so that it can be, in your own, in whatever your audience's language is, you have that. We are fully allowed to do localization, so you can change this text around, this text, this text, this text, all this information here. Now after we do the registration page, we go to the thank you page. And remember, I said to people, register and I'll give you this free fitness guide. I've just registered to this particular event, so to the fitness event, and got and received a free fitness guide. Okay? And then you can do a post description. These are what shows up on Facebook and Twitter. This is going to show up to Twitter because you're only allowed about 40 characters or so. This is going to show up into Facebook, Twitter, Google+, wherever you decide to put it. You have more flexibility here. We automatically add in the link at the end of these. Okay? All right, just so you know. And then you need to reward them with either a document or video. So I would turn this on because it's a document, and then I could upload any type of PDF, doc, text format that I wanted to, right? Okay, so after that, I don't have to go into the advanced option. Again, you can just stay clear of the advanced option. Then the event, this is a live event, remember, as I said. So at this point, you know what, I can have whatever YouTube video in here as a filler before my event starts. Remember, my event is happening on the 28th or something like that, right? Oh no, it's every Tuesday. I'm streaming it out every Tuesday live. So until the next Tuesday, I know that at Tuesday at like 5:55 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to come into our software, go into the event page, and switch out this holder video for whatever YouTube link that your Hangout is being streamed into. Okay? So I can then also direct our attendees at the end of the event. I can then add any type of chat box to the event itself. I'm going to choose default at the moment. I'm going to say leave your questions, and then I can receive the email, right? Seaman at, let's say Casey at, this is the email that it will send to me. It will be sent. And then I can also decide how many live attendees I may want at the event. Now, I'm not going to put a limit, but I can. I could put like 100, only let 100 people in. I'm going to keep that as blank, okay, or 0. Now, what if you wanted to show your attendees? You can also do that as well, okay? I'm going to keep this off for now, but I could keep my attendees on, and if I did, then you get an option for if you want to roll in simulated attendees. Let's say, for social proof, you want to show some people that have already come, but you don't want the numbers to look bad, so you can add in people if you wanted to. However, when you show your attendees, it shows real-time attendees that are actually on the page itself. Okay, so after you do that, you can set up a timed event, and a timed event is essentially a one-time event that can go out at a start point and end point. Okay, that's the cool thing about it. You can start an event at, say, let's say I want to start an event at 10 seconds in and finish it off at, let's say, 45 seconds. I can say, I can have anything in here. I can choose that to be, sorry you guys if you hear a dog barking, the next door neighbor dog is going crazy right now. I can have a buy now button. It says get access now. Okay, click the link below. You can center that up, and then this buy now button will show up. But you can add anything in here that you want. You can add anything. You could change the font here. You don't need to use our built-in buttons down here. You can literally change everything and anything around here. Add in font sizes if you want to do like something like that. You could do anything. Okay, and then scarcity event is another aspect that you have control of with our software. It adds this is a bit more advanced, but what it does is it shows a countdown timer of how many units you have available over a period of a specific time that you choose. Okay, so if I wanted to say I have 50 units and it counts down to 2, and I say only XXX remaining of the bonus packages, okay? And I can say to have this start at, say, 1 hour or something like that. Actually, I have to go back in and I have to set this to a certain time for the video length, because by doing so there, I go back into the event page here, timed events, scarcity event. Now it'll allow me to set this at a specific time. So it's starting point at 1 hour, and I'm going to end at 2 hours, and I'm going to say there are 150 units to start, and it's going to count down to 5 units at the end, and this will show a countdown timer from the event. Now, actually, let's add in 3 seconds in so you can maybe take a look at it if I do have that going. So, and now let's go back into this one. Starting point, we'll say 10 seconds. Ending point is 1 minute. And this advanced option page, you don't really have to worry about. Again, it's the same kind of thing. This is only for those who want to customize it. Okay, now right away, let's jump into the notifications. This is what your question was, sir, and I'm responding now, is that you can use our own built-in notification system for all of your stuff, for your welcome email to go out from you you can say, hey, thanks for registering username. We have short codes up here. So what that does is thanks for registering username. This shows the actual person who registers name. Then you can use our built-in templates right here. You just click on it and loads it. Okay, it already loads the event information here, webinar link. These short links are all here. You can add in your own transparent logo right here if you wanted to, or remove that. You then, take this action here, remove this, and say, can't wait to see you there. This is where you would edit it yourself, right? This is your opportunity to make a deeper connection with your audience with this first welcome email and then these follow-up emails. So before the event starts, you can choose to have the first email go out 2 days before the event starts, and it can say, thanks for registering username. We start in 2 days. You can use one of our templates again, right? You can then create another follow-up right here. Okay, this one can go out 1 day before. We start in 24 hours, right? You can use our built-in here, or you can just say, we are starting soon. We're starting tomorrow. Here is your link to the event. Come back up here, grab the webinar link, which would be right here, okay? And I'll explain to you what the differences are here. This webinar link is for private events. This webinar live link is for public events, okay? This is for public events. This is for private events, and this is for the public events that you might want to use when you're using your own autoresponder, let's say. Okay, so, okay, there we go with that. Or you can, again, as I said, just use our built-in notification system or built-in email templates. They work great. And then you can create an after event if you wanted to, okay? So how many days after the event is over? Let's say 1 day after the event is over, we had a great event. If you missed it, come on through now. Okay? And then these templates, roll them in, and it'll show the event replay here. So you don't have to add in the short links. It automatically does for the replay. You just got to take this stuff out, right? And remove that, and you're good to go. Okay, and really that's what you do here. You have, obviously, in this area, you can add header scripts, body scripts, things like that. This area is really great for those who want to use Google Google to track. You could use your Google AdWords to track who comes through. You can also add in third-party scripts like Facebook pixels if you wanted to track maybe a Facebook ad, because you can put that into the thank you page. You can add like a perfect audience or Facebook pixels to track your automated traffic. So there's a lot of options. That's a bit more advanced. You have your SEO settings, so you'd add in all your SEO data right here. And then you can actually change the name of the URLs, right, for this event. So, for instance, I would say the fitness registration event. And then I just grab that. And I can pop that into all of these like this. Boom. Okay. And then click Save. Okay. And I set that up. Then you'd save and publish. So it was this one that we did, right? Let's see what this might look like here. Yep, so I didn't customize this or do anything crazy with this, right? And but this is essentially how it works. It's going to show every Tuesday now. March the 11th is the next Tuesday. March 18th is the following Tuesday. It's going to give me that one specific time that I can register for the event itself, which is 6 p.m. Eastern. I can come through and put my name at gmail.com. Register now. It'll take me to the thank you page, but again, I didn't put anything in this information. I didn't fill this stuff out at all, right? This will take me to the countdown prior to the event starting, which is in 4 days, okay? And while that happens, I got an email sent to caseyzeman@gmail for this particular event. And while on this page, obviously, I can go in and choose to add this to my Google Calendar. And what happens is this adds the actual link all the way into the calendar itself. Okay, and so from this particular, from this point of view, or from these pages, you can then, at the time of your event every Tuesday, let's see, where were we? Every Tuesday, you can then come on in and come into the actual room itself, and just switch out the YouTube URL that Hangout is in. But remember, as I said, this public live link and the countdown link, these are no registration links. That means that you don't require registration for someone to come to them. So if you notice, this countdown link is going to, let's see here. Well, here's the live link right here. Okay, so this is, first off, so I'll show you this. This is the scarcity feature. Okay, and you can put a link underneath here. Right? So this is the stuff that I just showed you. You can set that up ahead of time, and then the questions are tracked through here. Let me just see if the countdown... Can't seem to get the countdown page to work at the moment, but I think it should count down to the event into the future, chances are. So, but that is the way you can actually see that live page. You can actually see what's going down with that right here. Okay, so I hope that helped. I'm gonna grab this. Oh wait, yeah. So let me just very quickly check something out here. Could be that I'm just not giving it enough time to load. But I will check on that. Okay, so let me now go back in to me and let me field some questions. So I hope that helped with answering some things about kind of how the software works. But let me now go in and see if we have any questions while I'm here on the page live. Hold on one second. Okay. Let me just refresh this page. Okay, so will you be adding things like overlay footers? Hold on one second. Let me look back at what you said here. Yeah, okay. So thank you, very helpful. No problem, no problem. Okay. So now let me see what we have here. Okay, Casey, will you add features like overlay footers, co-presenters, and usage of Interspire email marketing? You can use Interspire right now. I have Interspire. I've used it with the HTML. You should be able to add any HTML box in there, no matter what autoresponder you have. You should be able to add that. So, and if not, what we can do is maybe work on that with you personally. Could you please have the webinar available for viewing later in the day? Sure, I could do that. Casey, I'm trying to avoid using Hangouts on Air and YouTube. Have I go this process correctly? Pre-record a video, upload it to Amazon, connect Amazon S3 to EasyWebinar, select a video for automated events. Event will then stream to that video in real time. Yes, that's how that essentially works. Yes. Let's see what else we have here. Can you make a 3-minute webinar and use it on a landing page and frame it in such a way as to look like a simple greeting video asking people to opt in? Of course, you can make a short. That's, yeah, absolutely. If you think about what all the different things you could do with a software like this, all this stuff can be pre-recorded. You can use it with your membership site. We also integrate with wish lists, so you can create membership levels, and then have our software inside those membership levels. You can simply use our live links to have training videos. If you think about this, these links right here can be accessed at any particular time. So you're seeing me right now, but let me go back into to sharing my screen. But well, remember I showed you the live page. Those links are always accessible, so you could have that set into an actual membership page and have someone always coming to that as a training module, right? And yes, they don't have to be 20 minutes, an hour, 2 hours long. They could be really, 5 minutes. You could do, as you said, BM, you can create a 3-minute webinar and have on the registration page something that people can come to, bringing them through the process. And it is a good way to do it, for sure. So, and your PLS question is, we do use lead pages. Are you going to ultimately include lead pages to set up an evergreen business system type of webinar versus optimized press? Well, with lead pages, we can't roll in our widget box that shows the countdown. Now, what you can do with lead pages is you can download the page template, and then your developer can roll in our own code into that. So if you want to use our registration box, you can do that. I've seen people actually do that. I've never done that before, but you would just download lead pages, send it to your developer, have our widget code, send it to your developer, and then you can use it for the automated. Let's see. Sometimes AWS 3 plays slow. Do you use S3
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Maestro? Let's see. Hold on one second. I feel like I have a page up somewhere. Oh yeah, I have these pages up. Hold on, let me roll these out. Okay, so back to your question. So we use S3, but we actually don't just use S3. We use RTMP. We use the RTMP streaming, which is in real-time streaming. So my belief is that's the cloud. That's on the cloud. S3 is still that HTTP video, is that downloadable video that you can put in, and that's slow. But what we like to use is the RTMP, and we have inside our system. When you upload a video through Amazon in our system, it adds and automatically creates the RTMP for when people view it on a computer. It also automatically adds an HTTP for iPhone and tablets or specifically iPhone and iPads, because of the fact that you can't have an RTMP streaming on those particular viewing devices. Okay, what is the best video hosting that you use so that it's compatible to all devices for replay, or using EasyWebinar for membership pages? S3, Vimeo, Vidler. I think S3 is my favorite. I mean, using Amazon videos, rolling those in, that seems to be what I've personally been using. It's what I use for all of my video hosting. However, Vimeo obviously is a good way to go, and you can put in Vimeo videos into our software and they work great. YouTube videos, they work great, so you can use those as well. And yes, we do have a built-in chat box. It's a question box. It's not a chat. So when people ask questions, it automatically sends it into your dashboard, so it saves all that data, so you can see what questions are asked, and then it also can send it into your email. We also then have the Facebook integration, the Twitter integration. the live fire or chat role like you'd mentioned. But yeah, the built-in allows you to get questions asked. Sometimes I'll do an event like this and just have my question box underneath. You know, with GoToWebinar, people don't see what questions other people are asking. So the nice thing is that, you know, sometimes just having that question box there is great, because I can then go back into my dashboard and see all the questions as they're coming in real time and answer them directly. And now all that data is stored in my platform, and now I can see who the most engaged viewers were, how much of the event they watched, whether it's live or whether it's automated. I can view how much they watch. And those people that watch, obviously 100% or 80%, ask questions, click on buy now buttons or download buttons, those are the most engaged viewers, and those are the ones you want to connect with. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, here's the thing. If you guys haven't come into EasyWebinar right now yet, you should do so. All right. People are saying, Casey, sell to me. I'm waiting for you to sell to me. All right, fine. Get into EasyWebinar right now. I'm telling you right now, it's an all-in-one webinar platform. It does everything. It does the automated events. It does the live events. It does the hybrid events where you can start live, go to automated, and go back to live. In fact, we had that going last month. So there's a lot of software that's now catching up to us, but they still are not an all-in-one platform like we are. We also integrate with your own autoresponder, integrate with your own WordPress site. So what you can do right now, if you come on through right now and come into easywebinar.com, all right, and simply if you get the unlimited site license today, I'm going to roll in 3 bonuses, okay? My first bonus is you get access to my YouTube training course, which gives you all the training on how to get set up with YouTube and become a YouTube partner so that you can use Google Hangouts Live, if you wanted to, and stream out for a long period of time, and then what you can do with that video once the video is over. Once that Google Hangout is over, it turns into a video. And what do you do with that video? That's what you might want to know. We have that. It's a training series. It teaches you how to become a YouTube partner so you can add clickable annotations in those videos after the event, how to get those videos ranked on Google, okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing is that I have a high-resolution image folder with over 250 high-resolution images that you can use in your events and presentations and videos right now. So when you come through, you get that. You also get enrolled into my Webinar for Profit series. It's a four event series. You get enrolled into that, and when we roll that in, that's when you are going to you're going to get that right away, and you're going to get full access to that. So those are the bonuses I have. Those bonuses are probably at $1,800 as a total. But right now you can get everything for the unlimited site license, which means you can remove all the branding and use this for your client sites as well. This works for your client sites, okay? I want you to start thinking about that. If you have a consulting thing and you want to add however many, you can add unlimited sites or domains to the software, okay? And if you have your clients, you can add those as well. And so if you think about this, our price, a one-time right now, before the price goes up, because we are going to be having this as a monthly or yearly, okay? You're going to have 2 options, monthly and yearly. Right now, you can get it for one time. You can either get the 10-site license at $297, and that has the branding of EasyWebinar at the bottom. You can't remove that. Or you can get the unlimited site license for $397, and it combines everything together, both the unlimited it combines the automated aspect, the automated webinar, and the live together in one place. Any other software, if you go look around for this, if you think about what Webinar Jam and Evergreen Business System have, they have 2 different systems, 2 different platforms. One sells for $300, the other sells for $497. Combined, that's $800. Our software right now, you can get for one platform that has all those aspects and features, but even more than just that, for $397, a one-time price. One time, okay? So if you're interested, if you haven't come through yet, you should come through, check us out, get started. Not only that, we have one of the best communities on the web, and this is a big difference that's just different from what we are compared to what other people are. we nurture our members. We have members that are watching this right now, and I welcome those who are here right now to speak out, let people know what you think of the software. Also, what you think of our members, our Facebook group, our private Facebook group that has over 700 people in it. We're adding about 100 people come in there about every week or so, every 2 weeks. We get the members that finally understand that they should come in and start using it. We get about 100 people coming in about a week, every 2 weeks, back into our Facebook group. You get so much support. If you are ever wanting one-on-one support and help, oh my good God gracious, these guys are awesome and incredible. And I could show you that. I could share that with you right now. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to show you one of my proudest aspects of EasyWebinar is the community that we have. So let me go do that right now, so you can see exactly what that kind of looks like, and why that's kind of a big aspect of what we have going on. So let's go to Facebook. And sometimes what people ask questions in the events themselves, or rather in the Facebook group, people ask questions. They ask for help for different things, and this is how active and helpful people are. We have people like Luis, who responding to almost every single person when they have a question. Here is Robert. I showed him how to use this process. And then he thanked me, and this is exactly how we have it. We have 51 comments on this particular link here, because this is exactly what we do. We want to help every single person. When you come into here, we have files right inside here that will give you and help you with your webinars, whether those webinars are live or whether those webinars are pre-recorded, right? Here is the OP2 templates. This is for Optimized Press 2. Okay, this is how you can sync up Livefire. Here's a video marketing campaign that I put together. Here's our comparison documents right here. Okay. Easiest way to get started with a Google Hangout. This is great. And Jim is really helpful. We have Jim who really uploads some stuff and really makes it easy for everyone. So once you become a member, you have to ask to join. Okay, but we will let you in because you're a member now, and it's just a vibrant group, and this is very helpful. But the other aspect is that when you do have a question and it's technical and we need to jump in there, we will do it. Our guys will come in and actually do that for you, so no big deal. Here's that countdown page, as we mentioned here, for before that event starts, right? Okay. So let me close this out. And let me come back into me. The Skype is still wanting to do its thing here. Any other questions? Hold on one second. Let me find. I'm only using one screen today. Usually I use two, but I'm only using one screen at the moment. And I'm using it on purpose because sometimes it helps with my bandwidth to just use one screen. Sometimes when I use two, a second display, it messes with my bandwidth. And I am, for some reason, in a really low bandwidth area. I pay for the most, but I'm in LA, in this area, this little pocket that gets it's like spotty. So anytime I do a streaming, people are always like, Casey, sometimes there's a delay in your voice and things like that. And they always think that it might be a part of EasyWebinar when it's not. It's more my streaming from using Google Hangouts. And so if you are using anything like this, if you're someone who's using Google Hangouts for your own business, just know that if you've even tried a Google Hangout, you've seen that your video is actually better, then you're fine. Sometimes you can also adjust your bandwidth. And we also integrate with YouTube Live, which allows you to have even more stuff like dual cameras and things like that, which is really cool. I don't have that set up, for lean, just getting it done quickly. I just use Google Hangout. I go and I make it happen. Okay, but if you're the type of guy who wants to have a studio, you're the type of person that wants to be ready to go with a studio, you can certainly do so with our software, and it works well. Okay. Let me see about any other questions here. Okay, so Alex is saying, Casey, I really like your software. I use it for my ministry nonprofit. When I have a question, they go straight through to the forum, and Gagan answers them, but it takes quite a while, and some questions are more referred for you. Is there a way for us to connect with you instead of a general forum when we have questions? Alex, that's a great question. So you can, yes, either go to the Facebook group, or now if you ask questions and they're specifically related to training or specifically related to not technical, I'll come in and answer those questions. But generally speaking, also, if you go into Facebook and ask a question specifically about, like, Casey, what's the best way to set up this presentation? I really want to have a high converting presentation. What is the best way to do it? If you have questions like that, or questions about, hey, Casey, how do I get traffic to my events? These are big things that a lot of people have, that I've been doing this for a while, so I know how to drive traffic, how to build a community. So if these are your questions, go ahead and post them in the Facebook group, and chances are I will respond. And chances are, if you do want to get more training on that, once you purchase EasyWebinar, we have an option for you to join my Vid Traffic Conversion Academy, which is all about using the power of video, Google Hangouts, Google Plus, to really essentially drive traffic into your business. Okay? I love the top engagement strategies for connecting with an audience. That's why, by the way, I'm going to be speaking April 3rd through the 5th in San Francisco at Creative Live. If you don't know what Creative Live is, they stream out for 3 days to tens of thousands of people, and it is a live 3-day event. And I would love for some of you to join me. I know it's last minute for some of you. It's in about a month or so, but you can be in the live studio audience where we talk about your business. We go through and we show how you can use a community, how you can use software like this, okay, and Google Hangouts to really essentially find traffic and build that community up in your own business, and then sell, essentially, how you can profit from that, how you can either, maybe you create a web show, you want to get sponsors, I show you how to do that. You want to sell on a webinar, I show you how to do that. You want to set up a streamed platform to drive traffic and then sell them into a webinar later, I show you how to do that. So if someone's interested in joining me, where we essentially go one-on-one into your business, you can do that. Go to my blog at caseyzemanonline.com, and you can learn more about how you can participate. It is actually free to come, okay? But there is a vetting process. You have to make a video, and you have to send it through, but it is free. You have to pay for your own ticket and your own hotel, obviously, but you don't have to pay to come to the actual event itself. And we're only taking a very small handful of people in that live studio audience for those 3 days to really just pick apart everything there is to know about online events, video, and then webinars to sell and to make money from. Okay. Big Jason Henderson, do you plan on having your own chat role? Yes. Here's the thing. When you're using something like, well, this is all from your own WordPress site. So to be able to send out a chat role, we'd have to create an embed and then have that in there, which we could do, but there's also movement and changes that are happening on our end to go full SaaS, which is software as service, allowing you to still add the plugin in. And when we do that, we're going to have an extra chat role option. So let's see. Jennifer said, I agree about the support. Someone asked me yesterday whether I recommend EasyWebinar or Webinar Jam, and I told them that in addition to EasyWebinar being one system for live and evergreen events, the other big advantage was the customer support and the forum members give. Thank you, Jennifer, so much. I saw that someone liked that. I'm also going to like that as well. I have a question about the unlimited site license. If I plug the plugin onto my client sites, will they be able to create events themselves, or can they only use the event I have created for them? Okay, they can create the events themselves. However, there's only one login. You see, the difference between the unlimited site license and, say, a reseller's license is that the unlimited site license means that you are the admin, you get full access to those events. Okay, that's essentially what that means. But you can put it on unlimited sites that you have or your client sites. But you would be the one that would be responsible for rolling in and helping your particular clients out with putting it up inside there. A reseller license is different. Okay, that is where you essentially allow them to use the software, and you can sign up as many people as you want. That's a different license. And also you should know that we are also going to be rolling in, and we'll offer this up to everybody who comes in, that each person that gets a license, like you, for instance, Brenda, getting the unlimited site license, will add in a certain number of users that can use the license. So let's say 5 IP addresses can use that license. Okay, so you'll still have it unlimited, but you have 5 users. Okay, so chances are, if you do want to add more, you can do so. We'll probably roll that in too, this is development that we've already created. We'll be able to give you can roll in more users as they come through. Okay, so that's something we're probably going to have rolled out as well pretty soon here. Yeah, so within our software, if you have Amazon S3, Terry is saying, I have S3 and I'm trying to set up my first recorded webinar that is ready. I'm a little confused by what you say, S3 and needing the cloud, etc. Do I need more than S3? No, you don't. You would use your own credentials, add them to EasyWebinar, and then EasyWebinar will create the RTMP link for you, the cloud link, okay, and the HTTP to play on iPad and iPhone. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, let's see. Awesome, thank you. I appreciate your humble heart. Thanks, Alex, so much. I appreciate you for coming. Thank you so much, man. Thanks for all your answers. How does EasyWebinar compare to webinars on air? It was not listed in the comparison chart. Very good question, Hunley. Webinars on air, again, is just the live event platform. They are not live and they're not and automated together. Remember, we are both live and automated, okay, where you can do the evergreen events and schedule them out in like every single week, let's say. You can also take what was once live. Let's say I took this event and then took it and turned it around and quickly made it into an automated event. Okay, so it's now streamed out in your attendee's own time zone. Let's say someone in Thailand or someone in France. You can stream them out at specific times that you choose. So if you want to stream this same webinar that you just did out at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, you can do so. You've already done the live event once, and then what you can do is set it to automated and evergreen and have it work for you over and over again at that point. Okay. And webinars on air does not do that, just to be clear. Okay. To my knowledge, we're the only software that has been around for more than a year, and a year and a half, 2 years, that actually does both of these effectively. Okay. We do everything from one dashboard. Okay. Let me see here. Harry Jameson, what's up? How are you? Thank you for coming. Sebastian, awesome to see you. Casey, great presentation, excellent software. Would you recommend it for creating and delivering online training programs for topics like project management? Of course I would. Here's the thing. Our software is almost like a learning management tool as well. I want you to start really thinking about this, that you can use it for pre-recorded training, have your users come through. Maybe your users are a sales team, a sales force, maybe an HR department wants to use it so that they can have all of the different departments come through and do a certain amount of training. And then you can track to see who does what training if they click on the links to download them and who doesn't. And that's really effective for you to know who's doing what, when, where, and why in your departments, okay? Or if you want to sell in this training or have this training as a part of a membership platform, you can do so with that as well. EasyWebinar gives you all those options, all of those cool options you can do. In fact, I personally like to look at it as like almost like a learning management tool because it gives you all that flexibility in the software itself. Okay. You know, this is one of many. This is just live streaming a Google Hangout through YouTube. And so, you know, this is just one of many pages that it can look like. You see how this page is just a video and comments underneath? That's only one of many different event page templates. That's the thing. These event page templates can change depending on what your uses are. If you're wanting to do just video events, the video will change. If you upload a video that is 4:3 ratio, the video player will look differently. This video player right now is 16:9. Okay, you can see it, 16:9, right? But when you upload a video that's 4:3, it actually gets wider and higher, right? So it's a different video. And we have other templates that actually shrink them down smaller. And then it's, then you can see your registrants over here if you wanted to. All of the things that we have inside EasyWebinar you can activate it or deactivate it. So all of these options you see, they can be activated or deactivated. All right. Okay. Other questions that we might be having? Anyone else? Let me see if I got everybody's questions answered. Okay. And again, as I said, I'll put the link here again for EasyWebinar. Come on through. I have those 3 bonuses for you. Okay. EasyWebinar.com. When you come on through right now, I have 3 of those bonuses for you, and you can get the unlimited site license for those bonuses, okay? And I just welcome you to the members area. And do this before the price goes up. The price will be going up. It's going to go to a monthly and yearly very soon here. But right now you can get it for the one-time price, that $397 or the $297 right now, one time. And it does all these things. Everything that you'd want in a webinar platform for essentially driving leads, from the automated evergreen aspect to the live. So this is the time to come through. Sorry, my nose is itching. Any other questions while I have you on here? Okay, well, I think that's it. We've been going for about an hour and 44 minutes. I'm going to stop here, and I want to just thank you for all the time that you put in, and I can't wait to see you on the inside. Go ahead and comment in our Facebook group, and much love and respect to you guys. All right, I will talk to you very soon. Take care. Now, if you missed this event, it's going to start over. As soon as we're done here, this event is going to restart, because that's some of the beauty of our software. So as soon as I stop this broadcast right here, this event actually will restart itself, unless I wanted to put in a video. I could easily put in a video to play right after this, so that if you're still here and you wanted it, this page is being streamed out for 3 hours. So that's another cool thing. The ninja thing is that you could do these hybrid events where you could start live. I could stop the broadcast. You can go to a video. Boom, you could watch a video at that point, and then come back into the live if you ever wanted to do that as well. Anywho, some cool stuff. I'm going to end this broadcast, and it's going to start over again. Much love to you, as I said, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.